In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the Casio ClassWiz calculator to find the standard deviation of a list of data. You're going to see that it is much quicker than using the formula and hacking through all the numbers by hand. So I encourage you to always use the calculator whenever you can. You do need to know how the formula works and in principle how to apply it, but I would always use the calculator. Often these questions don't get very many marks because it's assumed that you're using the calculator. So all of what I'm showing you is for the Casio ClassWiz, but you can do it on pretty much all good scientific calculators now. All right, let's have a look at how we do this. So here is our list of values. And if we go to our calculator, we need to first set this to stats mode. So we're going to scroll down to option 6, which is statistics. And we want the one variable data. All of the others are about the relationship between two sets of data, but this is just a single list of prices. So it's one variable. Then we're just keying in our data. So we just enter the data here like this. So this is the only bit of work you really need to do, is just keying in some numbers. So that's not too bad. Okay, from there, press AC. You're not going to lose your data. We go to options and one variable calculations, and all the stuff that we're interested in is there. So here we can see the mean that we worked out before, 408.714. The sum of the x's, the sum of the squares, which cropped up in the standard deviation formula. This next one, sigma squared x, that's called the variance. I'm going to look at that in an upcoming video. And it's sigma x, that's the standard deviation that we're interested in. Okay, so that's the thing that we're actually going to use now. Okay, what you can't do is just write down the answer. Okay, if it says calculate the standard deviation, you can't just write down the answer. You're not going to get marks for that. These are usually 2 or 3 mark questions, and they're going to expect you to show working. So what working do you need to show? Watch carefully and I will show you. All right, so keeping your calculator, okay, here's our results from the calculator screen. Here's what you need to do to get full marks in these questions. First, you should show that you understand what the formula is. So actually and this is really partly for yourself, just so that you sub everything in correctly. So it's the sum of the squares over n minus the mean squared. And you need to show at this stage that you're subbing in the correct parts of this from the calculator. So show that you know how to sub in the sum of the squares. So here are the sum of the squares divided by n, which is 7 here, and subtract the mean squared, 408.71 squared. And then you can just take the answer from the screen, which is 93.04. Now, you could work this out on the calculator and it will just give you the same number, but really I'll just copy it straight down from there. Okay, so make sure you do that. You need to see, the way they're going to mark this basically is they're going to give you a mark for correctly having the mean there. They're going to give you a mark for the correct sum of the squares, and then they're going to give you a mark for your final answer. So don't skip out that step. But as you can see, using the calculator is so much faster than doing it by hand. So I do encourage you to do that whenever you can. All right, let's have a look at one more example, which is our football data from before. And I'm just going to show you how you can use the calculator when there's frequencies involved. Okay, so let's work it out for Raheem Sterling. And so I just deleted all the previous data I had here. Now, I can't really be bothered to key in all of these numbers. So I'm actually going to use the frequency mode. So I go to Shift and Setup, scroll down to get my statistics options, and I'm going to turn frequency on. And now what I can do is I can say, well, there are some 0 games, but the frequency of those is, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's got 0.6 times. And he got 1 point, not once, but 3 times. And he got 2 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And I'm just going to go through filling in my table like this. He got 3 points 6 times. He got 5 points twice, Then he got 6 points once, 7 once, 8 once. He got 10 points twice, no, 3 times. He got 11 points once, 16 points once, and 20 points once. So now all the data for Raheem Sterling is in. It's AC, options, one variable calculations, and there's my data. So here's the mean, 4.3 recurring, which we got before. Here's your sum of the squares, and here's your standard deviation. So all we would then need to do is write down our formula, sub in those numbers, and work it out. So let's do that. Okay, so here's the data from my calculator, and I'm just going to say that for Raheem Sterling, so sigma r, just that little r is just so that I know who I'm talking about, here's the formula. So always just start with this, the sum of the squares over n minus the mean squared. Sub these in straight from the calculator. So the sum of the squares is 1361 divided by 33, because there were 33 games, minus the mean squared, and our answer is the sigma here, so 4.74. So there it is, simple as that. So nice and easy to use the calculator. Do use it whenever you can, and remind yourself what this means. This means that Raheem Sterling, a normal game is one where he gets within about 4.7 points of the average, which is 4.3. So that's what the standard deviation is. It's like a normal distance to be away from the mean. So if Raheem Sterling got 14 points, that would be 10 more than the mean, and that's quite unusual. Whereas if he got 5 points, that's just 1 more than the mean, roughly, and that's less than this, so that's kind of normal result. Okay, so I hope that's been useful, seeing how you can use the calculator to calculate standard deviation. I'll see you in the next video.